Hello and welcome to the Pray and Grow Richer University. And I'm so glad that you're joining me for this class. Today we're going to be talking on how to activate prophetic intercession. I'm Dr. Shirley Clark and I'll be your trainer and coach for this session. So let's get started. Let me add my slides to the stage and we're ready to get started. First of all, in order to activate prophetic intercession, I want to start by defining what is prophetic intercession. So let's look at that. What is prophetic intercession? Two key words here, prophetic and intercession. And I'm going to define these based on just what I got off of Google. I'm not getting deep. I'm not going into the, how you said, Greek, Hebrew, and all of that stuff. Just looking at these two words from Google, the basic meaning. Prophetic is accurately describing or predicting what will happen in the future. Intercession is the act of intervening on behalf of another, the act of saying a prayer on what behalf of another person. So basically, we got two words that connects, and one is going to be the foretelling. It is prescribing, in a sense, what's going to happen in the future. And then you got intercession, you're praying about that. So here's the key to this. And that causes this type of prayer to be different than you let your request be known prayer, is that this you don't know until you tap into the foretelling, I'll say, the realm of the spirit to hear what it is that the Father wants us to pray in the earth. And so our prayers or intercession will line up with what we heard or hearing in the spirit. Totally different than what you writing out your prayer requests and then you intercede. That's not prophetic intercession. Let's go deeper with this. So it says likewise in Romans 8 and 26, this really brings it to head for me. It said, likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities. Another translation says weaknesses, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. Exactly. And we're not going to get into that B part of this because there's a lot of teaching on groanings, a lot travailing, and a lot tearing. I said crying, all types of expressions of prayer. And I have a lot of books on it. If you go to Dr. Shirley Clark, my website, and go onto my shop, you'll see plenty of, I'll say, workbooks and manuals on prayer, intercession, spiritual warfare, city transformation. I say get them all because I deal with something different in all of them. It's a coming together and learning different aspects of prayer, intercession, all of that stuff. So listen, so we know not what we should pray for. So that's why we get into the spirit first when we are talking about prophetic intercession. So we got to pull it from the spirit first. And then after we hear, come on, after we hear, then what happens? After we hear, and so after we hear, and then from our mouth, we release intercession into the earth. All right, so let's go to the next slide. So how does this work? The best scripture to me that helps us frame this, where we can teach it, is Matthew 6 and Matthew 6, 9 and 10. It's part of the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed thou be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Key here, thy kingdom come, thy will be done as it is in heaven. So what we've got to do is tap into the will of the Father. And that means thy will be done means a complete surrender. Let me go back. A complete surrender to God's plan and purpose. trusting that his ways are ultimately good and right, even when they differ from our own desire. This is the difference. That's why I say letting your prayer requests be known to the God. That's not this type of intercession. So if this has nothing to do with your desire, your own personal desires, this is about the desires of the Spirit of God for the very moment that you will pray a prayer, a submission based on participating, finding out what the will of God is, and you birth it into the earth. Okay? Now, how do you do this? So, how do you activate, like I say, into be activated into prophetic intercession? You come through the gate of worship, as it says here. Our Father, let me make it bigger, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So if you want to tap into the mind and the thoughts of God, you got to get with God first. It says your thoughts are not like God. So in order for your thoughts to be God's thoughts and be able to hear him, you got to be where he's at. So you come through the gate of worship. You come on, it says, enter into his gates with thanksgiving and to his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him. The psalmist says, but we've got to get with the Father. So we create the atmosphere. We get in the presence. That's why it's good that before prayer to be to tap into the, how you say, get with God. You want to worship. You want to soak in his presence so you can get the mind of God. Because the key is being so close to God that you can hear what he wants prayed in the earth. So that's how you activate prophetic intercession. You get in the realm of the spirit through worship. And then what you hear up there, and you as the intercessor, you will then pray that into the earth. Listen, if this teaching has been a blessing to you and you want to hear more about how to birth in your destiny, discover your destiny, how to release wealth out of the worship side of God, and how the prayer that will release wealth in your life and get you to be not a broke intercessor, but a wealthy intercessor, I ask today if you will help me out. I need you to subscribe to my channel at Shirley Clark. Come on, I need your help. I want to become professional out here. I want to make sure that you two know that this girl is rocking. She's got some people that really want to hear what she has to say. So I need you to subscribe, hit the bell, do whatever you need, because I'm going to open up my vault and tell you things that you've never heard before in the area of the realm of the spirit, and how God has brought me to my wealthy place through soaking in the presence of God. I am a chief soaking officer, and let me help you to move you from thinking, oh my God, and breathe this broke language. Let me help you tap into the website of God through the glory of God, through soaking and learning how to pray and understand the different languages of prayer. God bless you. Have a great day.